All right, let's take a look at our second Graphs with SAS program. Here's where we ended up last time. We had a decent enough graph, right? But it's a little bit hard to interpret. It kind of looks like that cerebral vascular disease is a fairly uncommon cause of death early on, and that coronary heart disease is more common. But let's see if we can do a little bit better graph. So we click on code to start in our code window, type data, test 2, semicolon. We create a data set. Set SAS help.heart, semicolon. We're going to read in the SAS help.heart data set. And we're going to create a new variable, age at death 5 equals round, this is a function, in parentheses, age at death, comma, 5, close parentheses, semicolon. So we're going to create a new variable that's that age at death variable rounded. Then we'll just go to procfreak. Data equals test 2, the data set we just created, semicolon, tables, age at death 5 times death cause. So just like what we did before, but with age at death rounded. Another slash, because we're going to have an option coming up, out equals test 3. So we're going to create another new data set, and it's going to contain the output from the frequency procedure. Run, semicolon. Let's take a look at this. So I highlight it all, click my little running guy, and you could see that it's done what we wanted, that it's grouped this by age at 5-year intervals. So click back on code to do some more coding. Proc gplot, data equals test 3. I want to use that semicolon. I want to use that data set I just created. Plot count times age at death 5 equals death cause, semicolon, because I want a separate plot for every cause of death. Where, same where statement as before, I only want these 3 causes of death. Death cause in, and then in parentheses, and quote, cancer, unquote, comma, quote, cerebral vascular disease, unquote, and comma, another quote, coronary heart disease, and there's my last closing quote, close my parentheses, semicolon. A lot of punctuation here. Symbol 1, so the first plot, I really didn't need to do that because I've only got one series, but whatever. Interpolation equals join. I want a line, I don't just want a bunch of dots. That's what that does. Run. And now, when I run this, you'll see that this plot is a little bit easier to interpret. So sometimes less data is more. You can see that cancer is the leading cause of death early on, up until about the mid-50s to late 50s, but then coronary heart disease starts to take a big jump. And cerebral vascular disease is way behind coronary heart disease. But then it too starts to go up somewhere after 70. So by spreading out into 5-year age groups, you can see this in a little more interpretable fashion.